think about it, there ain't no kingdom no more.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. And in today's video, we're going to be going over an interview by Greg Nicotero where he discusses a new type of walker introduced in the Daryl Dixon series, and we're going to go through a new teaser of Laurent. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another discussion topic video leading up to, of course, Season 1 of the Daryl Dixon series. We're going to talk about an interview with Greg Nicotero where he goes over some new walkers in the Daryl Dixon series. So, you guys have been wanting me to go ahead and do a video on this one. I was, going to do the video, I think it was a couple days back, and then I remember there was a new teaser that came out, and then there was the Let's Chit Chat video, and I remember I completely forgot about it. So, today we're going to give our thoughts and talk about what we think about this news from Greg Nicotero. So, Greg Nicotero had an interview recently where he talked about the Daryl Dixon series. Now, we know that Greg Nicotero is a executive producer and director, I believe, of some of the episodes. And I also know that he's down there doing like the zombie makeup and the zombie, aesthetics and stuff. So, he's handling the walkers, he's doing all that stuff. I know some people were wondering, is, Greg Nicotero going to be doing the zombies for the Rick show? I don't know if he is, because I think he's busy doing the Daryl Dixon series, so I assume that the walkers in both Dead City and the Rick and Michonne series are probably just going to be, like somebody else, which, I mean, those walkers look fine anyway, so, either way, it's, Greg Nicotero has probably trained somebody else to handle the walkers for the other shows, you know what I mean? He's probably like, okay, like, this is what you do to make them look good, So yeah, Greg Nicotero always does a phenomenal job, and he's working on the Daryl show right now. But this is what he had to say about a new thing with the walkers. So it sounds like the walker that we saw in the opening minutes of the Daryl Dixon series, the one that that he kind of like got burned on the arm with or whatever. It sounds like there's a new rule. There is a new walker, a new breed of walkers called the Burners. And yes, they call themselves the Burners. And basically, if you get touched by one of them, or if you get scratched, or obviously bit by one of them, or even if a little bit of their blood goes onto you, it will significantly burn you. So it sounds like there's certain walkers that if you touch it, it's gonna burn you. Like wherever you touch it, it'll actually like burn you. Which is why they call them the Burners. So that is actually a really threatening idea, because now it's making it difficult for Daryl and the survivors in France to actually be able to approach a walker and like stab it in the head. And if your hand gets too close and it's a burner, and you don't know which one's a burner, which one's a normal one, you could burn yourself, you know what I mean? So I think that's a pretty interesting concept, to be honest. They call them the Burners. They're, a different type of walker that if you touch them or whatever, it's game over. It's gonna, sting you, it's gonna burn you. And yeah, I think that's a pretty cool idea. It's a very cool kind of concept. Now, obviously, the question still is, yeah, we're gonna have burners in this show, and if you touch them the wrong way, something will happen. But my question is, are we still gonna end up getting the variants, the faster walkers, the walkers that are able to like climb walls and open doors and stuff like that? Are we gonna get that in this show? Because we know that in France there was that video in World Beyond from Jenner talking about the variants. So I would assume that the reason why this show is in France is significantly because it's going to connect to that post-credit scene at some point, or another, right? But yeah, this whole burners idea is really cool. I think it's interesting. It makes more sense now why Daryl got burned by that walker, because he was fighting them, and then boom, he got hurt. He got burned by one of them, and it looks like the nuns are probably going to have to help him out with that, so that's going to be really interesting. But yeah, I thought that was a really cool interview. Now, there was also a new teaser by the actor who plays Laurent, the young boy in this show, so I figured we'd go over this one as well, too. This one's just brief, but he explains the character, basically, of Laurent. We have a scene in this teaser where he kind of talks to Daryl about how he knows, like, a lot of math stuff, a lot of music stuff. He studies, like, all the countries around the world and stuff like that, all the states and all that. He knows, a lot. It sounds like the kid is really, really smart. And Daryl's kind of sitting there, like, talking to him, right? It's probably the first time they meet each other. And I like it because you got the scene where Isabel kind of tells Daryl, like, you know, you have a messenger, and he's like, a messenger, and he's like, to deliver Laurent or whatever, and Daryl's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So, yeah, you know, he says it in a very Daryl manner, too. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, you know? So, yeah, awesome, friggin' awesome. But, yeah, so there you go. There's a new teaser for Laurent, and there is some comments on Greg Nicotero talking about a new walker, a new breed of walkers called the Burners. Gonna be pretty threatening for the show. Gonna be pretty interesting to see what they do with that. And yeah, again, new teaser for Laurent, so check that out as well too. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for The Walking Dead at Daryl Dixon. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys very soon for more videos for Daryl Dixon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.